This album is amazing. First of all, why did you guys want to make an album that pays tribute to the amazing, iconic female artist?
I think the inspiration for it came on tour. We were doing a cover of an Alanis Morissette song. Alanis Morissette is one of my favourite artists of all time, and Jagged Little Pill is actually probably my favourite debut album of all time from anyone. So I I was seeing the reaction of people in the crowd, and they were absolutely loving it. And I thought maybe we could put that on the covers album that we have to do as part of our contract. And then I just got thinking, I was like, actually, there's so many great women that people wouldn't expect us to be able to cover. And obviously, there's some quite not standard rock songs on there that I'm sure people are thinking maybe a rock band shouldn't be covering that. But I think the way we do it, we pull it off, and I think we're bringing something different to these classic songs and celebrating these amazing women who are so different, but are all incredible talents. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you go everywhere from, like you said, Alanis Morissette all the way to Miley Cyrus. For you as a singer, how do you prepare to cover these very well-known voices?
It's really hard. And it was quite daunting at first, and I was a bit scared about it. But before I went into the studio, I just told myself, look, you're never going to make these songs any better. Like, you can't improve on these songs. These are some of the greatest songs by the greatest artists of all time. So as soon as I dealt with that in my head and dealt with my ego and just said you're going to suck in comparison, it was much easier, and I just enjoyed it. So I kind of took all the pressure off me. Especially people like Ann Wilson, and Lizzie Hale. These are like some of my favorite voices of all time. So yeah, kind of cool, kind of scary, and I just hope they enjoy it. I think that's what this is about. It's about creating something that people enjoy. I loved doing it. It was like singing my dream karaoke playlist, right? It was like I was in a bar at like 1 a.m. and we were singing karaoke. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and I'm very proud of it.
How often do you listen to like other types of music, such as like uh, Joan Jett or Miley Cyrus or any of that?
Daily, I've got quite an eclectic taste. And I think people often assume that I was kind of just raised on those male singers that I clearly am influenced by, the David Coverdales, Paul Rogers, Freddie Mercury, Ronnie James Dio, all those voices that I kind of have a bit in me, like things that I've taken from each of them in my toolbox. But there's a lot of that from other people. A lot of that is from the Whitneys, and a lot of that's from Ann Wilson and Christina Aguilera. Like, what an incredible vocalist, one of the best singers of all time. So to kind of show people this album is almost showing them a bit more of who I am, which is weird because it's an album of covers, but it feels like they're learning a bit more about me, in that all these women have played huge parts in kind of my musical life as well.
What kind of a toll does trying to get your vocals to match these women take on you? Is it difficult, or how do you feel after you perform these?
I feel okay. I spent my whole life, and when I was a kid, being obsessed with high male rock singers and female singers, the Whitneys, the Mariahs, and the Ann Wilsons, the Celine Dion's. I was obsessed with the fact that the reason why people listened to them is because they could do things that weren't necessarily human, right? They had so much skill and technical ability that people were listening because of that. And I thought, my whole life I was like just trying to sing higher and higher and higher. So I'm actually a lot more comfortable singing higher than I would be. It's much easier for me to sing a Whitney Houston song than it would be for me to sing a Johnny Cash song. Do you know what I mean? Like, I am super comfortable up in that register, and to the point of where I enjoy it more, because I'm not really thinking about it as much. There's a couple of songs that I've pushed myself on, actually, to be really honest. So Whitney in particular, Queen of the Night, and Fighter by Christina, they've got all those intricate like riffs and runs which I don't really have naturally. You know what I mean? I have some of them, but I don't have that kind of quick fluidity that those voices have. So I really had to concentrate on those songs and practice them. But I still loved it, and I loved even the learning process of actually hearing what they were doing and trying to be like, okay, how can I make that work? So yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was fun.
What are some of your favorite songs off this album?
I'm really, really pleased with how "Bring Me to Life" came out. Uh, it's a super challenging song because you've got that floaty high vocal and it's really pretty and like vulnerable sounding. And then I had my good friend Jeff Scott Soto, sing the kind of heavier vocals on there, and I love his voice, and I think we work really well together. So I'm pretty proud of that one. And I'd probably have to say the other one would be Tina Turner. I think our Nutbush City has a really amazing live feel to it, which is incredible because there's nothing live about it. You know, like in that our drummer recorded the drums and then everyone else did their bits at home. So it really grooves and it really swings. It's also the first Inglorious song ever to have real horns on. We had a couple of horn players in the studios, and that was cool. It gave us that kind of like Aerosmithy type feeling that every band eventually wants to do. So yeah, those two are some of my favorites, but I love them all. That's why they're on there.
When this album comes out, who do you hope will react to it? Is there anybody in particular that you covered that you want praise
I
from?
yeah. Uh, I'd love praise from Lizzie Hale because I think she's just sensational. I think she's probably the best rock singer on the planet under 40 years old right now. I'd I'd say that. I think she's sensational. And Anne Anne Wilson is like my goddess of vocals. She's just incredible. I've seen her live, and what she does with her voice, even at the age that she is now, is just unbelievable. It's astounding. So if they were to comment on it or say they liked the version or I don't know anything, even if they said they liked my hair, I'd be thrilled.
Ah. You've been in some amazing bands. Why was this album something you wanted to do with Inglorious?
I I feel like because it's my band, it's the only thing I could do it in. Do you know what I mean? Like I've wanted to show people uh, this kind of side to who I am as an artist for a very long time, and it's never been my call. But now it kind of I was allowed to, and I wanted to do something different. Everyone was expecting us to do a covers album of Deep Purple and Whitesnake and all of the stuff that we love, but you can see us doing that on YouTube. You know, we did that. That got us our record deal 7 years ago. It's not what I want to do now. I want to show that we're an incredibly versatile band, and I want to also try and make some money for an amazing female charity, which is what we've done with this album. We've teamed up with Women's Aid here in the UK, and £1 from every copy sold on our web store actually goes to a charity, Women's Aid, who help victims of domestic abuse. So hopefully there's going to be some good coming out of this album as well, which is really important.
That is amazing. Well, you guys keep on pushing the bar higher and higher for yourselves. Where do you guys go from here?
Um, I don't know. I'm hoping like Miley hears our version of Midnight Sky and like has me like guest on a track. That would be like a dream. So like I want to do more things like that, and hope this opens some of those doors. Uh, but as far as the band, we're just going to keep doing what we do, and that's making things we want to make and making things that we like. I've never made something that I didn't believe in, and my label are lucky. I'm lucky with my label in that they let me have full creative control over everything. So I pretty much get my own way when it comes to the album, the title, the artwork, the list of songs, etc. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep doing what I keep doing and hope people enjoy it. I'm really happy, and I if one person enjoys it as much as I do, then I'm doing a really good job.
Cool. And where can people find you guys on social media?
everywhere. We are absolute social media whores. So you can find us at We Are Inglorious and at the Nathan James on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have an amazing private Facebook group called Inglorious Fans. You can join and get involved. On our website, inglorious.com, you can see all that we've got for sale, all the merchandise for sale, all the albums. We had another album come out earlier this year. We Will Ride, an originals album that did really well. So check them out. Check them out on Spotify. And what I try and encourage people to do is just share it. If you like it, share it. Show a friend, because that's back in the day before the internet. That's how music was spread. That's how people heard about stuff. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to sharing music with our friends and our loved ones.
Definitely. Well, thank you very much for your time. I really enjoyed this album, and I hope to hear more covers coming soon, hopefully.
Hope so. I think I there were so many artists that we didn't get to cover on this, right? So I would have loved to have done Lady Gaga, Cher, Celine, Blondie, Dolly Parton. Like, you could have done anything. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hopefully down the line we get to do some more. Maybe we'll see.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on this album.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.